hate things. I hate iPods. You know why I hate iPods? Because they fucking break. Fuck that.
Everything breaks. Dude.
No, it doesn't. My foot didn't break. I landed primo.
I once knew a man named Peter Salis-Daleson. And Peter Salis-Dalesman was a bad man. He took money from me and he spent it on drugs. And then I smoked drugs with Peter Salis.
There was an old farmer who lived on Iraq. He sat in the meadow just shaking his fist at some boys who were down by the creek. I got it! Their feet in the water, their hands on their marbles and playthings, and at 4:30 there came a young lady. She looked like a pretty young creature. She sat on the grass. She pulled up her dress and she showed them her ruffles and laces and white fluffy duck. She said she was learning a new way to bring up her children so they would not spit, while the boys in the barnyard were shoveling refuse and litter from yesterday's hut, while the girl in the meadow was rubbing her eyes at the fellow down by the dock. He looked like a man with a sizable home in the country with a big fence out front. If he asked her politely, she'd show him her little pet dog who was subject to fits, and maybe she'd let him grab hold of her small tender hands with a movement so quick, and then she'd bend over and suck on his candy so tasty made of butterscotch, and then he spread whipped cream all over her cookies that she had ripped out on her shelf. If you think this is dirty, you can go yourself. There was an old farmer who lived on a rock. He sat in the meadow just shaking his fist at some boys who were down by the creek. Their feet in the water, their hands on their marbles and playthings, and at 4:30 there came a young lady. She looked like a pretty young creature. She sat on the grass. She pulled up her dress and she showed them her ruffles and laces and white fluffy duck. She said she was learning a new way to bring up her children so they would not spit, while the boys in the barnyard were shoveling refuse and litter from yesterday's hut, while the girl in the meadow was rubbing her eyes at the fellow down by the dock. He looked like a man with a sizable home in the country with a big fence out front.
Butter.
If he asked her politely, she'd show him her little pet dog who was subject to fits, and maybe she'd let him grab hold of her small tender hands with a movement so quick, and then she'd bend over and suck on his candy so tasty made of butterscotch, and then he spread whipped cream all over her cookies that she had left out on her shelf. If you think this is dirty, you can go yourself.
Good dude.
So bad.
Oh god, that's all bad. That is all bad.
Not as bad as the clap.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of my load? 26.
Hey man, you ever gotten your shit pushed in?
I was taking a drag. That was not cool.
Hey Schroeder, can I trade you for a red?
Yeah, you can have a red.
Oh, okay.
even better.
You know what the most interesting animal is? Is the black lemur. You want to know why? The black lemur's life consists of finding a centipede. Now the centipede has like it excretes this fucking nasty like cyanide fucking poison shit. But the black lemur spends its whole life finding this fucking centipede and fucking with it, not even eating it, just fucks with it so that it would spray it with this fucking poison, right? And he gets stoned off its ass. And this fucking black lemur will sit there and fuck with the centipede and rub all the fucking poison juices all over it and get fucking stoned.
Wow.
That's what it does its whole life.
How'd you find that out?
It's a junkie.
Discovery Channel. It is seriously a natural junkie. That shit is fucking amazing.
I need
And
centipede.
seriously, its whole life, dude, its whole life, all it does is all of them, every single one of them, they just look around for the centipedes, find it, and they just get fucked up.
Just like, hey man, give me some of that Senny.
They seriously will sit there on the top of the tree, like, so, you know, like fucking rubbing the shit on them, and then they're just like this, and their tails all going crazy, and they're like on top of like a branch, hella fucking high up in the forest, you know?